All right, let's hope this comes out a little better. Okay, so we're learning about now, we're talking about Oneg Shabbat. Oneg Shabbat means enjoying Shabbat. And the Rambam, Mishnah Torah, Hilchot Shabbat, Perek Lamed Halacha Tet, says, Chayav Adam lachol shalosh sudot. A person's obligated as part of Oneg Shabbat. How many meals do you have to eat? You have to eat 3, right? Shalosh sudot, right? Or shal shudas in Ashkenazi. Achat arvit, 1 Friday night. Ve'achat shacharit, and 1 in the morning. Shabbat morning. Ve'achat mincha, and 1 in the late afternoon. Okay? So you can't have 3 meals on Friday night and say, well, I had 3 meals. The idea is to spread them out so that you have 3 meals over the course of Shabbat, so you enjoy the entirety of Shabbat. You should be very careful to have 3 meals. Elu. They shouldn't have less than them. You shouldn't have 2 or only 1. And these are real meals, meaning you should be making hamotzi and doing birkat hamazon. And even someone who's poor, and I need someone who's poor, hamitz parnes min tzedakah, someone who gets their sustenance, gets their parnasa, their income from tzedakah. So eat shalosh seudim. They should eat 3 meals. So while we said that a person shouldn't get money from tzedakah in order to have nice meals, they do need to get money from tzedakah to have the minimum of 3 meals on Shabbat. Let's say someone ate so much that they're sick from all the food. Okay? Why does that happen? So let's say someone got sick from all the food because they ate too much at lunch, right? And now they're not hungry for dinner. So a person should try hard to avoid doing that. Let's wait for the projector to come back on. I don't know what happened. Feel free to skip through. I'll put my hands up when we're back. Does this happen a lot?
It does. Here and there, as you get closer to the projector itself, it has a line of its own. Marcy had told me it's because supposedly the wall itself is not flat, so once you just cut by it, it has a false touch or something like that. Because I've tried to put a claim in, and it's one of those things they can't fix, unfortunately.
Okay.
There you
go. Okay, good.
Yep.
Okay, and we're back. So, if someone was sick from eating too much food, from eating too much, or they were always fasting, so meaning it was too hard for them physically to eat 3 meals, that they fast a lot for some reason, pater meshal shudot, then they don't have to, meaning the pater, they're exempt from eating 3 meals. The 3 meals not supposed to be painful to a person for whatever reason, but if a person can, they should try to do their best to eat 3 meals. Now, we know about the first meal, and we'll talk about Kiddush pretty soon in the next topic, but there's Kiddush when it comes to both meals. That Friday night, obviously, that's when we say Kiddush and have a meal, but here in the Shulchan Aruch and Orach Chaim says that the second meal has to be taken seriously as well. Lunch should be as serious as dinner. So he says, "Yesh shulchan aruch umatem motzad yafeya umapaprusa kamo b'sudat halayla." So you should have the table should be set. There should be a nice tablecloth. Umapaprusa, meaning the table should be set nicely for lunch, like it is for Friday night. Kamo b'sudat halayla ve'varech al yayin, and we make kiddush Shabbat morning as well. Barei priya gafen. We make a break here, Agafen Shabbat morning. V'unikra Kiddusha Rabbah. The name for the Kiddush of Shabbat morning is something called Kiddusha Rabbah, which means like the great Kiddush. We'll see it's a bit of a misnomer. So if you look here in the Mishnah Berurah on Kiddusha Rabbah, Nikra B'lashon Zeh, why do we call it that? Shehu Kamo Shikorin Sagi Nohor. It's kind of an embellishment of sorts. Kiddush and a cloud right. It's not from the Torah. According to the Torah, you really only need to say Kiddush Friday night. So since you only really need to say Kiddush Friday night according to the Torah, so they call it the great Kiddush. They take it seriously, the Kiddush of Shabbat morning. Rashi Tegnu LaKavod Shabbat. So the rabbis made a takana. They made a decree that you should make Kiddush Shabbat morning. Otherwise, you might not take that meal as seriously. You might think, well, Friday nights, that's the real meal of Shabbat because there's Kiddush. If there was no Kiddush Shabbat morning as well, you might not take it as seriously. So therefore, they instituted that you need to say Kiddush Shabbat morning as well. And based on some sukkah that I'm not going to get into. Okay, so now back to the Shulchan Aruch. Because remember, the Mishnah Berurah is a commentary on the Shulchan Aruch, so I just wanted to focus on the words that it said. And after Kiddush, you wash your hands, you do it until you dayim. And you break the bread, you cut the bread. Mishnah Kamo Balayla. So you need to have two. You have to have shtei lechem. You have to have two loaves of bread of challah, two challahs Shabbat day, just like you need to have Friday night. B'yisrael, and then you should have a real meal Shabbat morning. V'gam zeh kiddush sarach shiva b'makom seudah. So you should eat the meal where you make kiddush. V'shleitom kodem lo klum. You shouldn't really have a meal before your meal Shabbat morning. You should have like a full meal for breakfast beforehand. Kamo b'kiddush halayla. You also shouldn't eat a meal before kiddush. We can have waters and drink before davening. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll answer any questions on this. All right, everyone. We'll see you in class.